Hey, you guys! Great to be back home. What a beautiful afternoon this is. I'm hoping for a win in Massachusetts, so we're here to celebrate, to see old friends tonight, and see my son and his wife Jen and our grandchildren here. It's been I guess a couple of months since we've been home in Massachusetts. We're looking forward to sleeping in our own bed tonight and being with family. So with that, happy to take your questions.
Governor, how much do you think this might clarify the race, Super Tuesday?
I think it's really hard to predict what's going to happen tonight. As I said, I'm hoping for a good win here in Massachusetts, and what happens elsewhere, I don't know, but I think we'll pick up a lot of delegates. And this is a process of gathering enough delegates to become the nominee, and I think we're on the track to have that happen.
John Kerry went on the shares who are not turning out in very high numbers, particularly here in Massachusetts.
We want to get young people from across the country to make sure that they understand that this election is about their future. Right now, we're seeing a government spending massively more money than we take in, and that money is going to get paid back by our young people. They're going to pay the interest. They're going to pay the principal for years. This is a campaign to make sure that we save the future for our young people, and hopefully, as they focus on this election and as it comes closer to the general election, they'll recognize what's at stake.
Governor Romney, all of your Republican rivals and President Obama are getting more than half of their campaign donations from small dollar donors. That's not the case for you. I'm curious as to what you think that means and if it's something you're worried about.
We've worked very hard to organize a full campaign, including fundraising capacity throughout the country. This was not a last-minute effort on our part, as you know. We organized a number of fundraising organizations or individuals, and we built the kind of organization you have to go up against President Obama, who will have $1 billion. He'll far outspend our Republican nominee, but we're in a very good position to raise the money we need to stand up to his message. And
In the past couple of days, some of the comments you've made have been seized upon by the news media to highlight negatives that your opponents are pushing. And just yesterday, something your wife Ann said, if taken out of context, was made to come off as a gaffe. Do you think you're getting a fair shake from the media?
Oh, I think there will always be, in the world of media, people who try and clip sentences to try and say something that you didn't mean to say, and I'm not worried about that. That's just the nature of the process. The American people ultimately get to see the full context, and usually people who try and distort what you say end up being hurt by their own distortion.
Today, President Obama said that he wished you luck today on Super Tuesday. Do you have any parting words back for him?
Do you think that was an endorsement? I hope so, but I don't think so. I appreciate the good wishes and wish him best.
John Kerry went on the Senate floor today.
At the APAC speech, you said you'd stand with the Syrian people. Would you support airstrikes like John McCain has suggested? And if not, or direct involvement in the U.S., how is your position on Syria different from President Obama's?
My view is that we should state very clearly our opposition to Mr. Assad. The president took a long time to reach that conclusion. I also believe that it's essential for us to work with Turkey as well as with Saudi Arabia, who are of like mind with us in certain respects with regards to Syria, to encourage the arming of the Syrian rebels. I also believe it's important for us to recognize that the Alawites should be receive communication from us and from others that there is a future in Syria for them after Assad. In terms of military action, I have not taken a step at this point to encourage military action on our part. That's an option for us, but have not reached that point at this stage. I'll continue to be briefed week to week as to the developments in that country, and that could change at some point in the future. But at the current stage, I'm not favoring a military involvement, direct military involvement by the United States.
Thank you very much.
Polls in the past week or so have shown your favorability dropping in those polls. Does that concern you going forward, and what do you make of it?
Just the nature of a campaign. Obviously, you're going to have attacks that come from various people in a campaign process, and some of those attacks, until they're understood and answered, have an impact on people's perceptions. But these are long campaigns. They say that a day is like a lifetime in politics. We have plenty of time to talk about the real issues, and some of the attacks and the back and forth diminish over time as people put those things in context and learn the reality with regards to any particular candidate.
John Kerry, right here.
Oh,
hey, thanks.
Hi, John.
Hi, Governor. Mrs. Romney. John Kerry went on the Senate floor today and denounced your op-ed statement on Iran as empty rhetoric. What that?
My view on Iran is pretty straightforward, and that is that this president has made some extraordinary errors. This president did not put in place crippling sanctions when he came into office. He's dawdled for 3 years to finally get sanctions in place. Secondly, when the people of Tehran went to the streets to protest a stolen election, he had nothing to say. And then with regards to military action, he seems to be more concerned about Israel potentially taking a military action than he is about Iran becoming nuclear. I think it's important for us to make it very clear that a nuclear Iran is not acceptable to the United States, is not acceptable to the world, and believe that is something which I should continue to speak about, and I hope the president picks up the same refrain.
Thank you so much, Governor. We got to get going. We got to get going.
Oh, well, I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah. I don't have any plans with regards to my campaign finances at this stage, other than to keep on raising the money necessary to go forward.
Thank you so much, Governor. Thank you, Governor.
Criticized too, I'm sorry? My campaign is about jobs and the economy and scaling back the size of government, and I'm not going to weigh in on that particular controversy. Okay, we're going to sign a book. And you guys go. I don't have any comment with regards to their plans.
Governor, President Obama today did say that a nuclear Iran is unacceptable and saying he can call for war if you're willing.
Let me make. I was just asked one question. Let me just to mention the president also said today, as I understand it, that when he said he was he had Israel's back, that he specifically excluded military support, and which I find to be extraordinary. That's a dramatic reversal on his part. When Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu was here, he said he had Israel's back, and now he says that doesn't include military support. I can tell you one difference between this president and myself is that I believe we should have Israel's back, and that does include military support. I'll sign it.
Recognize the casualness with which his opponents have been talking about war with Iran.
We got to get to election night stuff.
I think all of us are being pretty serious.
So do you think it's responsible though to be talking about war in such casual terms?
Guys, we got to go. We already gave his answer. Thank you. More. Governor, do you think that the duration of this campaign is something?
Governor, can you fill your So do you disagree with his characterization of it as bluster?
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Everybody step back off the wall.
Sign a book.
Everybody step back off the wall.
I would like to say you are president. We plan it again. No, sit down. Mitt Romney. Mitt!
Look at that.
Mr. Romney! Mr. Romney! Mr. Romney! Yeah, I know.
That's Governor Romney's message for young people. He's sitting off that one right now. Just election day headquarters. He's going to be there.
He was going to roll it out. I just wanted to have it on record.
All right. Cool. Put it down. See you later. I don't know how good it's going to help.
Thank you so much for all the hustle on that.
I think they could figure out. Sound kind of
You were all set.
Thanks, Marianne. Nice to see you. Thank you. Did you gel?
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks, ladies. Bill, take care.
Take care.